Hey everybody, welcome back to more Let's Play Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura. It's an awesome game, I like it. So, we know the owner of the ring is apparently Gilbert Bates. Let's talk to Virgil.
What is it that you want of me?
Just a few more questions, please.
What can I answer for you?
What do you think we should do now?
We should try and find Gilbert Bates, seeing as how that ring is his. He's fairly famous. They say he invented the steam engine, and I think he lives in Tehran.
That's true. He's famous. You know where he lives? If I can open up the map here, he lives right here in this gigantic castle. We're right here. So, there are numerous different ways to get in to see Gilbert Bates. I'll be going with the most easy, because that's how I roll. Whose house might this be? Gilbert Bates. I need to gain an audience with Mr. Bates. Not possible, huh? We'll see about that. Attempt on his life? There must be some way I can see him. That sounds dangerous. Mr. Bates would be upset if I got hurt. I think he'd be upset about you speaking to an old friend this way. I've known him forever. I wouldn't keep me out if I were you. I'll telegraph him about your rudeness to one of his oldest friends. God, we were such good friends with Mr. Bates, and he's being so rude. I have had enough of this. Bring me to him and he'll settle it. Haha, you have been most generous. I love just talking my way out of things. I wish I could do that in real life. I just don't have a way with words like my Arcanum character does. Let's head up here. But first, we leveled up. Spend points. Also, every 5 levels you get 2 points instead of 1. Really nice. The maximum level is 50. I probably will not reach the maximum level during this Let's Play. Now I gotta decide what to spend it on. What should I spend it on? How about willpower and melee, just because I need more melee skills. Okay. Guess who this is?
Good day to you, sir. I am Gilbert Bates, as I am sure you have surmised. My guards inform me there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Quite so. I'd like to ask you about this ring.
Great gods! How did you come by that ring?
A gnome gave it to me as he lay dying.
A gnome? What manner of tomfoolery is this?
Yes!
Are you certain it was not a dwarf?
Tomfoolery! That is the best word to ever exist, viewer! Tomfoolery is a word you and I need to bring back. It is your duty. It's your duty right now, viewer. Start using tomfoolery more often. If you're a Let's Player, you have to use tomfoolery in some video in the future. I don't care when, use it. Tomfoolery. Remember that word. That is the best word to ever be spoken in any language. It is tomfoolery. Anyways, on to the thing. Why would a dwarf have your ring?
That is a long story, and one that does not concern you.
Harsh.
Suffice it to say that it should have been in the possession of a dwarf.
Well, it wasn't a dwarf. Too skinny, and he had no beard.
Yes, I am familiar with the dwarves and their customs. Tell me, was there anything distinctive about this fellow?
He had a scar over his left eye.
By Alberic,
Who's
I
Alberic?
knew it in my heart. That was no gnome. It was Stennar Rockcutter.
Who's Thinner? Why would a dwarf shave his beard?
Stennar was an old friend of mine. But for him to cut off his beard, by the gods, it's unthinkable. But please, tell me, did he say anything to you before he died? Did he say anything about me?
He said he had he had escaped to warn us about the evil. He was captured by the evil.
The evil? What evil? And where did he escape from?
He didn't say. I was hoping you would know what he meant.
Something horrible must have happened after I... Did he say anything else?
He referred to you as a boy. Why would he do that?
I do not know. Even though dwarves reckon time differently than humans, they must have realized that I am now an old man. Perhaps it is because I was but a boy when I betrayed his trust all those years ago.
That's a good point. A lot of different races live longer than other races. Dwarves live a really long time. A lot longer than humans. Anyway, how did you come to betray him?
That is quite the long tale. A tale of my shame, it is.
I'm listening.
It is ironic that my greatest mistake is that which brought me such wealth. As a youth, I was enamored of all things dwarven. So I sought out the nearest clan and attempted to impress them with my grasp of their technology. They laughed. It was obviously a novelty to them. A ridiculous human who had a natural bent towards technology. I suppose it didn't help that I was a mere 14 years old at the time. I became something they humored to entertain themselves. Stennar was the only one who truly called me friend in all those years. And betrayal is how I repaid his friendship. It was he who first showed me their steam engine, as he knew I could appreciate the beautiful intricacies of its design.
So you didn't invent the steam engine?
They had left it to rust in a corner, as they had very little use for a device that would reduce the need for sheer physical power. Imagine a dwarf relying on a device to do his digging for him. It's preposterous. I asked him if I could tinker with it, perhaps improve on it, as I knew this was the key to becoming truly a part of the dwarven world. I quickly devised a way to use it to power a pump for draining the mines. When I fell all over myself trying to explain it to them, laughter was, once again, their only response. I knew I had to somehow gain their respect, so I hastily sketched some schematics and set out to prove my theory. The struggling human mining company that I brought the plans to offered me a share in their mines for the steam pump. I was ecstatic. I had not a care for their mines or their money. I desired vindication. When I returned to the dwarves to boast of my accomplishments and be welcomed into their clan, they were gone. The inventions came quickly after that, fueled by my anger and confusion.
Where'd they go?
How could they have denied me my place amongst them after all my labors? Somehow I felt I could still prove myself to them. I continued searching for them in all my spare moments, but to no avail. But then they came, the robed ones. They appeared to me late one night, and they warned me to never speak of, nor try to find the dwarves again. Still being a mere lad, you can imagine the terror that put into me. As my wealth and power grew, I shook off some of my youthful fear and hired the first in a long chain of investigators to locate Stennar and his clan. None of them ever returned with any worthwhile information, and some never returned at all. The ones that did told of vicious traps and creatures attacking them from the shadows. As word of these failures spread, it became more and more difficult to find souls brave enough to take on the challenge.
But why did you send me here with your ring?
He knew that ring would lend veracity to your tale.
Oh.
I gave Stennar that ring the last time I saw him. Now he is dead. If only we knew what he meant by the evil.
So the ring wasn't important at all, and the boy was not a boy at all. Yeah, take that, people who said the storyline was generic and predictable. Virgil here thinks this has something to do with his religion.
I don't put much stock in religious ramblings myself.
Good call.
But if you feel it could help you to get more information on the Panari, you should go to their temple on the northern end of Lion's Head Circle. I'm more concerned with who killed Stennar and why, and what all this has to do with my relationship with the Black Mountain clan.
So what is to be done, then?
There must be some clue left in the Black Mountain mines. I am certain of this. You seem to be a resourceful individual. Would you be interested in searching the mines for some clue as to their whereabouts? I would make it worth your while, I can assure you.
I'm anxious to solve this conundrum as well. I accept.
Splendid. Here, let me mark your map with the location of the Black Mountain mines. I am certain there must be some clues to be found there. Please, return as soon as you have found anything.
I shall return with the information you have requested.
Oh, one more thing. I would like to purchase my ring back from you. I'd give you 200 coins. It would mean quite a bit to me. My father gave it to me before he died.
Certainly. Here it is.
Much obliged. I will speak with you when you return.
I must be off. So now, we need to investigate the disappearance of the Black Mountain Clan. On our map, we have a new location. And it's the Black Mountain Mines. It'll be our first major dungeon. First, though, I think we'll head back to Durnholm and we'll talk to Sarah Toon. We'll give her back the deed to the Bessie Toon Mines. However, we'll have to wait for next time.